with our first topic. This week's box office numbers. So, we know that movies came out this week. Well, did any movie come out this week? We don't know that. What we do know is that there are movies in the theaters this week, okay? In fact, per Box Office Mojo, we've got about 26 domestic movie not pricings, but revenue, what's the number? Numbers, okay? We're not going to talk about all 26. We're only zeroing on the top 10, but 26 different movies out there that you could be watching, covering kids movies, family movies, superhero movies, action movies, sad movies, scurry movies, if you into them things. I don't know why you would, but maybe you do. Romance movies, all the things. You can watch everything. But let's start off with the top 10. We have Fantastic Four this past weekend, and this is off of, again, boxofficemojo.com. And domestic, we're talking about domestic. We're not talking about international. We're talking about domestic. For domestic numbers, we have number one holding at Fantastic Four, First Steps, which has the past week, and this is again the weekend, an average of 11.6 million, well, 11.7 million if you're going to round up, right? To date, they have 197 million that they've made, a little over that. Okay. And this is from its release to this past weekend. Have I seen Fantastic Four? I, in fact, have seen Fantastic Four, and I have posted my review on this channel. So make sure you check it out and let me know your thoughts. I have a non-spoiler review and a spoiler review as well. So if you have not seen it, there is a non-spoiler review available for you to check out and let me know what you think. Okay. Number two, we have The Bad Guys 2, which actually I do really want to see. This past weekend had $5.4 million at this past weekend. And then from release to now, over $22 million. We're rounding up. You're going to see it this weekend. I'm so excited. Which one? Oh, Fantastic Four. Okay. Excuse me. Here. A little gassy. Okay. Number three, The Naked Gun. Another movie I want to see, because I remember, I think I seen one or two of them from my childhood, and they were wildly hilarious. So I actually want to see this one. I haven't seen it yet, but this one, 4.5 million this past weekend. To date, meaning from release to this past weekend, we've got $16.8 million. Number four, we've got Superman. Okay. Superman is at 4.2 million this past weekend. From release to date, $316 million box office numbers, which is, shout out to them. I'm not a hater. Superman's not my number one go-to, but shout out to you, boo. Shout out to you. Jurassic World Rebirth this past weekend, $2.6 million. From release to date, they have $317 million. Now it looks like Superman's right there. This next past weekend, when we do our next release, I would not be surprised if Superman has passed Jurassic World Rebirth. So I guess we'll see. Also, let me know if you've seen any of these movies. Together, which is a movie I want to see just because of the two main actors in the movie, but it's a scary movie, so I also don't want to watch it. But Together, this past weekend did 1.9 million. Released to date, 10.8 million. Then we've got F1, 1.2 million this past weekend. Released to date, 173 million. I Know What You Did Last Summer, which I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know they released a new one. I didn't even know, okay? And apparently, maybe a lot of other people didn't know either, because it did only 770,000 this past weekend domestically, and released to date, 29.2 million. Smurfs, I'm not gonna lie, wasn't like running to the theater to see Smurfs. Smurfs was never really my thing. Not saying I'm against it, but just not really my thing. But it did 534 1,000 this past weekend. Release to date 28 million. And then we have How to Train Your Dragon, the live action, which is another movie I really want to see, that this past weekend did 386 million. Release to date didn't do that bad. Release to date is at 260 million. What was the first number I said? 386,000. Okay. I mixed the numbers. 386,000 released this past weekend, excuse me, and released to date is 260 million. Boom. The numbers tripped me up. But out of the top 10, I like Fantastic Four I've seen, Bad Guys I want to see, Naked Gun I want to see, Superman I want to see, Jurassic World I do want to see. I know they're not all, they're pretty much like dinosaur not Fast and Furious, Transformers essentially, like where there's just like so many of them and not all of them are great, but I still want to see it. Together, again, I want to see, but also scared to see. F1, I'm interested. I love that main actor and I love the fact that he's getting these things and I love seeing him. So I want to see it. I know what you did last summer. I'm not going to lie. Was very, very scary. Okay. They didn't have to do Brandy like that. I'm holding a grudge. So I don't know if I'm going to see that. Smurfs, I told you. How to Train Your Dragon, I do want to see. But let me know if you have seen any of these top 10 box office movies. And if there are any movies that you saw in the theaters this past weekend. Jalen says Rebirth was actually good, better than the last two Jurassic movies. Ooh, that's probably why it did so well. Like box office wise, it's holding release to date, not weekly release, but release to date. It's made a lot of money domestically. So that's really good. You enjoyed Jurassic and you want to see F1, Czar says. I heard the Rihanna Smurf song. I realized there was a movie. Oh, you didn't know there was a movie? Oh, not even Rihanna could make me see Smurfs. I don't know. It's just not, I don't really have any zest for Smurfs. I was scrolling through Twitter and was spoiled on you were spoiled by the 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. So you know what that subject's going to be about. Okay. But yeah, let me know. Did you see a movie this past weekend? If you did, which one did you see? Have you seen these other movies? Let me know all of that down below.